Early on, I think they just had a couple busts in what they were doing. I'm sure it's probably just some communication issues. Looks like they've cleaned most of that up for now, and they're all on the same page, and they're a really good football team.
Jeff, when you look at a film, you look at a win, you always say you learn even things when you look at a win. When you look at a loss like you had the other night, does it obviously probably makes you even more upset than you were? But what do you learn from that? How do you as a coach kind of take what you saw on film and learn from it and try to teach the guys on what not to do, some of the things?
Well, we can learn a lot from it without question. We spent all day yesterday doing that and dissecting that and going through that in detail. And, just some small things here and there that I know we could have done better in all aspects. I could have coached better. We could have been a little more focused on the details of what we're doing. And those little things cost us. Unfortunately, you lose a game. It's no fun, and you got to regroup, man up, and go back to work and figure out a way to win the next one.
Jeff, after the game, you talked a lot about lack of toughness. After 9 games, how do you change that? What approach do you take to change that criticism?
Well, I'm sure I probably exaggerated somewhat because I was angry about the loss. I think we have a tough football team. Like I said, could we have been a little more focused on some details? Yes. Sometimes when that focus isn't there, we look at ourselves as coaches and say, okay, we got to simplify this and make it easier so that we don't lose focus. So I think it was just small details as we go back and watched that we could have been better at. In my opinion, in order to win in this league, you got to bring your A game. You got to coach well. You got to play well. You got to find a way to win. We've lost 2 games in overtime, we're just got to correct some of those things as we see them and proceed forward and try to be aggressive in our approach moving forward.
When you say small details, is it just mental lapses? Is it technical type things? What were the small details that you noticed that you want to get corrected?
Well, I'd have to get out a notebook here and go through all of them. Like I said, I think sometimes we had some mental bust that cost us. Sometimes I think with that we can simplify some calls maybe to help them not have some mental bust that cost us. I think we had some costly penalties that hurt some drives. You go back and okay, how can we get more points? How can we move the ball? How can we eliminate these penalties? How can we cover better? How can we get after the quarterback better? How can we it's just a lot of things. I mean, every game contains a ton of plays, and we've dissected it fully, and I think we understand what we could have done better at and what we need to try to improve on, and now we got to go do that. But every week is a different opponent. They're going to do different things. It's going to be a different game. So at any time, all these things can come up, and you just got to be as sharp as you can and be able to adjust when those things are happening.
How did Duke feel after the game, kind of coming back from injury, and then what's the status on Stanquan and Isaac?
Well, I think we always have a few people that get nicked up in the game, and the same thing happened in the last one. As far as Isaac, we will still just proceed forward and try to get him ready as fast as we can. I'm not optimistic it'll be this week for sure, but we'll see how that goes. And with Stanquan, he has been progressing. We're going to continue to try to get him ready for this game.
Coach, when you're facing a team like Clemson who has talent at just about every position, but they're not having the season they wanted to, they still can make a bowl. How dangerous can they be, when they come in kind of hungry and still upset about how their season's gone?
Well, we don't look at their record. We look at the film and their talent, and they're a very talented team, and they know how to play football. And I think sometimes when you're punched in the gut early on, you refocus and regroup. You can tell they've done that. They have very talented players. NFL prospects at a ton of positions. They've won at a high level in the past, and I know there's a lot of season left to play. So they could easily finish this thing strong and be right back where they want to, and I'm sure that's their plan, and that wouldn't shock me because they're a very talented football team, and those guys have been there and done that. So we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to really execute at a high level and be ready to go from play one to the very end.
Jeff, what do you think of Duke Watson, and is he back to 100% or not?
Well, I thought he got in there and did a good job. I wouldn't say 100%, but he came back and he got some reps, so that's good. Hopefully he'll be even more ready to go this week.
After the game, you were talking about facing a really good throwing quarterback and how he was able to work against you guys. And watching the film, are there things that you notice that you can improve as you continue to progress and get ready to face some more good, solid passing quarterbacks?
Without question, there are, and we are. These last 4 games, including the last one, will be the 4 best quarterbacks we play. And when you do that, you've got to be really sharp. You have to have a good plan. I thought up until the past game, we had really improved on a lot of things, and we got a little exposed on some of that. But I think that our guys understand what we could have done better in some of those areas. We'll work hard to do the best job we can this week. This team will work hard. They play hard. They do play tough. They play to the end. We've had 2 overtime losses that we could have won. We just got to find a way to get over that hump. And there's plenty more challenges ahead, including this one and more beyond. So we will have to, really be dialed in. This is a quarterback with a ton of experience. He's got good weapons, good offensive line. So, yes, we will have to be as sharp as we possibly can in the secondary and covering the pass.
Jeff, you've talked about details several times. What details do you work with Miller this week? And, again, a lot of batted balls the other night, which we really hadn't seen a whole lot of, this year.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in the passing game. I think obviously you work on keeping your eyes up the field, going through the progression. We've got to be able to firm up the protection a little bit and keep the pass rush away. When there's batted balls, it's not just because they're being batted. There's some push in the backfield on that. I think we always work on ways to get him easy completions and get him in a rhythm and get him feeling good. We've got to work on getting open versus press and tight coverage. We've got to be able to throw the ball over their head more. All those things come into play. And when that happens, you just got to take care of the football as best you can. And, playing quarterback at a high level is not easy. You've got to just continue to work hard and put in the work. And we'll take some things that we saw on video and work them hard this week as much as we can. Miller works extremely hard, and I know he'll put in the work to continue to improve and get better. And we've got to continue to improve and get better as an offense and put the best plan together for those guys so that they can excel at it. And if that means changing some things up here and there, we've got to be ready to do that and be aggressive in our approach.
Jeff, you guys had obviously some success last year facing Clemson with the program's first win, especially in Death Valley. I mean, it's a lot of turnover, but still some of the same pieces. Is there anything, and if so, what are some of those things you can take from that winning strategy last year and kind of implement it on this team?
Well, I'd rather not give away all that, but, last year we were able to do some things effectively on them. We changed some things up early that I thought got us in a rhythm. Our defense played really good. We blocked multiple kicks. The ball bounced our way, to be quite honest with you, and we made some plays along there to do that and got out to the lead, which was important. So I just think, it'll be a challenge again, and that's the key is going out there and being ready to go from play one to the end, and you try to get a lead, but if you don't, you got to just continue to swing and battle and play hard. And we have played hard. We've had our chances. We've just got to finish things in the end when the game is close.
Jeff, you mentioned a second ago needing to maybe switch up some things with the passing games if need be. Is there a world in which if Miller Moss has another game like he had against Cal that you can maybe see yourself giving Brady Allen or Deuce Adams a chance?
Well, we believe in Miller, and we believe in all of our quarterbacks. We'll always have a plan ready for all of them at some point in different aspects, which we've done before. At the same time, we just got to continue to work through these things and be as effective as we can. And without question, there's always a plan to help us win. So we'll have that ready to go. Thank you.
shorter. So,
Chris, Jeff was just in here talking about the details that you guys need to go over with the guys and watching that film. What, from your group and how it kind of puts in with the offense, what do you guys have to do better to help this team, moving forward?
I think we all have to self-examine. Anytime you go through a loss, there's a lot of things in the film that you need to really dive into. And with my group, I always preach the details. That's nothing new. It's nothing they've never heard. We just want to try to be more detailed in the passing game as far as our eyes in protection, being able to match body on body when we are seeing pressures, to give our quarterback a chance to make sound decisions with the football, have the room to operate, and feel confident in the pocket. So there's a lot of detail that goes into that as far as our technique is concerned in pass protection, making sure we're on the same page with the O-line, to make sure that we give him a clean pocket, and make sure also that we get out in the passing game when we need to, and give him check down options, so that we can be more efficient and continue to progress the ball down the field. But always continue to stress the importance of being detailed in the running game with our running tracks, helping out the O-line and their blocking schemes, understanding the types of fronts we're seeing. So all those things matter, and it's all a part of being successful.
Obviously, it's big to get Duke back this week. He's been out for a little bit. The last two, where he had early exits. I guess two-part question. What was that like in kind of acclimating him back and making sure that he was really, really good? And then how nice was it to just see him, get that first touchdown and kind of just look like a little bit like himself?
Yeah, it was great to get Duke back. I know as we were going through it yesterday, some of the mistakes and correcting some of the mistakes in the walkthrough, I know that Miller Moss, he made a point to come to say, "Oh, Coach, I miss Duke." It's good to have him back around, and he's a great teammate. Even when he was out, he was still very locked into it on the sideline, and just using that time to really lock in and really understand the game from ways that he maybe hasn't studied it before. And I challenged him on in those areas where, as much as you want to be out there while you're dealing with what you're dealing with, it's important that you continue to grow in this time and watch and study the game and understand how other people have success and how do you have success and how can you translate that to your game. And so that was great having him back. He gives us a jolt of energy that we really, I think it's infectious for the offense. He's a relentless runner. His legs never die until he's all the way on the ground, and that's something it's a great attribute that he has. He has great vision, and he's a courageous runner. He might not be the biggest guy on the block, but he runs strong. And I know for him it's been a challenging season because he's kind of been in and out a little bit, just hampered by injuries. So I definitely wanted to get him some work, and I wanted to win the game, obviously, but I was really wanting to come out of the game with him being healthy, and I think that was great for him. He's in a really good headspace right now, and so we're excited about where he is and what Keywan Brown is doing as well.
A few weeks ago, you were in here and you called Keywan your security blanket. I'm wondering if the other night you were feeling warm and cozy.
Absolutely. I told you guys before the season, I feel like I have 3 starters, and I've never wavered from that. I believe that, and I think that you guys are starting to see that. And he's just one of those guys that needed opportunity. And he was behind 2 shooting stars in Duke and Isaac. And in his first year was Isaac Garendo and Jawar Jordan. And so he's kind of just been, like I told him, kind of stuck in the back seat for a couple of years. And now, for one reason or another, he's had a chance to get his opportunity. And I think he's taking full advantage of it. He just has a light in his eye right now. I've known the kid since he was a junior in high school, and I've seen him operate against some great competition in the greater Atlanta area. So I had full faith in what the kid could do. It's just a matter of him getting the opportunity, and now he's gotten that, and I think he's chomping at the bit, and he's excited about what's going on right now.
With Isaac on the sidelines, how is he approaching kind of talking to Duke, talking to Keywan about what they can do maybe to find holes or kind of what he's seeing throughout the game?
Oh, man, he's been tremendous. He's been awesome. very into it on the sideline, talking to those guys after I make the coaching points with them, show them the video. I mean, he's right there with them, and he's right here on my side throughout the entire game. He wants to know every call. He's even talking to whichever guy's not in at that time. Hey, did you see this? Did you see this front? Did you see they brought the Cowboy Blitz? All those little things. So, I mean, he's even growing during this time as well. And so I really challenged him because this is kind of the first time he's been out, at all. And so it's been challenging for him. They're young guys, and they want to play. And so it's important that we also understand that in order for us to grow, we have to grow in seasons where it may not be as fruitful. We may not be on the field as much. But that doesn't mean we have to stop growing. We can still continue to grow and watch the game from a different perspective, understand it from different angles. And I think it's been beneficial for him. So, I mean, he's been tremendous. Just excited about where he is, mentally right now, and just helping the guys out. It's been awesome.
When you look at Clemson, what do you see from their defense, especially obviously against the rush?
I mean, tremendous talent. Like every year, I mean, Dabo and that staff have done a great job recruiting and acquiring talent. The front is very challenging. They've got two of the better defensive linemen, I think, in the country. I mean, just as a unit, they're long, they're athletic. They create disruption in the backfield, and so we've got to be prepared for that. And Tom Allen has done a good job of instilling his principles into that defense, the discipline at all three levels. I think the linebacking core, they've got some veterans there, and they move around. They're fast, and in the back end, I mean, they make plays. And we saw them get after Florida State this past weekend, so it's going to be a tremendous challenge. And I think our guys coming off of last week are excited to get back on the field and prove that we're ready to go. And it'll be a great challenge for us, but one that we've been looking forward to, and one that we definitely have a lot of respect for this opponent and the coaching staff and what they've done and what they've been able to build there. But at the same time, I think our kids are excited about the opportunity.